What is the one big secret you keep from your partner to keep the peace? I started dating a girl that lives across the hall from me in my apartment building. I was going to break up with her when her lease expired this month, but she decided to extend it another year. I don't know what to do. That I really can't stand his mother. This makes me feel bad because his parents have done so much for us. But after we had our child, she pulled a 180 and has turned into the most overbearing, suffocating woman who thinks I can do nothing right in raising my son. He knows I'm uncomfortable around her, but if he knew the depth of my loathing, there would be a blowout to end all blowouts. That I dread coming home after work, or sitting at the dinner table with her, or dealing with her crankiness when she goes to bed. Depression changes people. It makes them selfish, sensitive, defeated, and highly irritable. I understand depression enough to know it's largely not her fault. She was entirely different before the depression set in. If I hint in any way how hard it is to be around her, she breaks down and can't function. So I smile, listen, and pretend I'm happy to be around her, for her sake. The sex is terrible, and I don't care at all that we haven't gone at it in about 2 months. That I don't like her father at all. He is a ducking asshole. Of course I won't tell her that because she loves him too much, so I just smile it off. I tell my girlfriend I believe her when she says she has psychic powers. I don't believe in any of that shit. But she sees her brother who passed away, so who am I to take that away from her? I got another girl pregnant. 1 month things got so bad we couldn't pay the bills. My so was working 13-hour days 7 days a week for no money. I was getting no shifts at work and my parents couldn't help us. So I cammed for a bit of money. I earned over $100 in less than an hour, and it paid for our food that month. I only half stripped and chatted a lot about innocent stuff. But I feel horrendous about it. I know he'd feel totally betrayed. And I hate the fact other men saw what only he should get to see. I don't orgasm easily, so I fake it a lot. The sex, however, is still freaking amazing regardless. I hate his sister. Absolutely hate her. She periodically sends me text messages suggesting I break up with him, that I'm not welcome at their house anymore, or that my existence is inconvenient. I get one of these about once every 2 weeks. I tried my best to get along with her, and in the beginning I actually thought she'd become a really good friend. I have no idea why she hates me, probably just racism though, because last time we went out and played pool together we were getting along fine and having fun. That I'm trapped. When she hits me, I just question everything and want to leave, but I've relocated my entire life to be with her, including my job, and have no other options or places to live. I effectively have nothing without her. I know I really shouldn't have moved in with her as long as I knew she had a tendency to be violent. But she told me she could change. And for a long time I believed she really would. Now I realize that I'm just going to have to get used to getting punched periodically and can't fight back. Her perfume just smells like ass. Buy something that costs more than $2 next time please. Her best friend is better in bed. The perfume I got her because it smells like my ex. For the record, it's because it smells awesome, but she wouldn't be down. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm unhappy with her, but every time I try to bring it up she ends up getting upsetting, and we just fight. And I really care about her family. I don't want to marry, and I don't want to have kids. I feel that marriage is unnecessary, and having kids is not for me. Not so much to keep the peace exactly. Basically, my so suffers from depression. In November last year he was at a bit of a low point. Not the lowest he's been, but lower than he was most of last year. One Saturday in November I went to London with a friend, and my purse nearly got nicked out of my handbag on the tube. If you're not British, see translation below. I saw the guy. It's a colorful purse. Distinctive. And it seemed odd when I saw him put something those colors into his pocket and got it back. But I was pretty shaken up. I never told my so. Part of what makes him feel bad about himself is that he feels he's meant to protect me and support me and can't when he's unemployed and too depressed to leave the house. I can't tell him that my purse nearly got nicked and I nearly got into a fight on the tube when he was feeling sorry for himself in bed. Edit. For the benefit of non-Brits. A translation. My wallet nearly got stolen from my handbag on the underground train. She makes shit up in conversations with friends, and I judge her and don't want to be around her when she does. I feel like she's 5 trying to get attention. That the real reason we couldn't have sex for a while is because I had an STD. My husband thinks I don't have an interest in smoking marijuana anymore, and that I quit for him. I quit for pre-employment drug tests, and I plan to smoke/vape again. He really hates it for his own personal reasons that I don't agree with, so I'd never say anything. What personal reasons does he have against it? Not op, but someone who hates pot for personal reasons speaking here. The smell makes me near puke. I was raised around it and watched it destroy the lives of people I loved. Don't get me wrong. If you can get high and handle it well and not be obviously high to me, I don't care. But if you're the type of person who can't go a day without getting high, and when you do get high you turn into essentially a different person, that's no good. How much I hate his best friend. It's to the point where I begin becoming violently angry and have panic attacks from the stress of trying to be nice and not punch his lights out. I'm far more of an atheist than she thinks. I sometimes feel this makes our relationship a train wreck in slow motion until I remember how much I respect her for her beliefs. That she's imaginary. They dumb crying. This will likely get buried, but I have to. The little one is that I'm bisexual. I told her at the start, but she couldn't handle it. So I told her that I didn't want sex with guys. Now I'm with her. It was true then, but I think about it constantly now. The big one. That the only woman I have ever truly loved with heart, mind and soul are let slip through my fingers. We avoid each other now because the ensuing passion whenever we see each other would tear her marriage apart as it nearly has once before, and every relationship I have ever had or ever will have is but a pale shadow in comparison. But that woman, now married with kids, will always be my hurricane. I'm a meth manufacturer. That I really can't stand the noise she makes when eating snacks. How many people I've slept with, and the circumstances leading to them. He always puts down the girls at bars, who look and act easy, often to me. For a long time I was one of those girls. I have no idea how to tell him it hurts every time he brings it up, because it's such a huge part of my past, and has made me who I'm today. I think that the life decisions he is currently making are stupid and irresponsible. He refuses to pick up any part-time work because he only wants jobs in his field of choice and has made the choice to couch surf and crash at other people's houses instead of paying rent. I respect his love of his craft, but I just want him to be able to take me out to dinner sometimes and afford to live with me again. I'll let a lot of things slide with him because I love him. I hate my body so much it prevents me from being turned on or enjoying sex. I know other people don't see me as unattractive, but I can't help but be disgusted by my own appearance. He feels guilty if he thinks I'm agreeing to sex just to make him happy, so I have to fake enthusiasm every time we are intimate. I'm really just praying for it to be over so I can get dressed again. I don't know how this started or how to fix it, and I don't want to deny my partner intimacy. So it's just a vicious loop of self-loathing and anxiety. It's really ducking me up, and I feel like I can't talk to him about it. He thinks I'm hot and doesn't understand why A, I can't see it, and B, him telling me he finds me attractive doesn't make me feel better. I smoke weed a couple times a month because I can't deal with everything that goes on in my head. He would leave me if he knew I'm not straight edge anymore. I know he doesn't love me and isn't attracted to me and only sticks around because I give good head and I'm good at riding his dick. I know he'd rather be in California with prettier girls and all his friends. I wish he would do what would make him happiest. I want to let him go, but every time I see his face, I fall in love again. My best friend is better than my boyfriend in bed. I once gave head to my black neighbor. I would never tell my wife. Edit, added story, male neighbor. He had a party at his place and everyone decided to go to the bars a block away. A few hours later, we stood back alone playing beer pong. and he came over and hit on me. I was a little freaked out, but I was drunk, and he was convincing. I'm not proud. It was weird. When he first had me doing it, I wanted to stop, and at that point he said, if I didn't finish, that he would tell. I was wasted. FYI, my thumb and index finger couldn't touch each other when holding his junk. I always felt less of a man around him after that, and he would always hit on my wife after that. We moved a few months later. I grow and sell pot. Mind you, it's not a huge amount by any means, 2 to 3 ounces every 3 months. And I don't grow at my house. The guy that I grow with is going to be moving away in a few months. So I don't see this continuing for very much longer. Before we became official, I slept with another guy. I'd started dating both of them. It was in the hey, I like you, you like me, let's hang out phase with both. And I thought that he, now BF, was just going to be a flash in the pan thing. That he'd lose interest. I didn't want to get hurt. So I kind of distanced myself emotionally and ended up saying something totally stupid that got us into a huge fight right before Valentine's Day. It was all very confusing. But as soon as he and I spent more time together and made up, I knew I had to break it off with the other guy. And I did. Now I've been with my boyfriend for over a year and living together for almost 6 months. I think it'd crush him if I fessed up that I masturbate thinking about her mom regularly. Last time we were at her mom's house, I masturbated in the bathroom and wiped my dick on her hand towel. Please subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of Reddit universe.